Hey, this is Steve Bloom, and you are listening to the Geekcast Radio Network.
Altered Geeky, it's a wild ride. Join the discussion, let's dive into lore. From Star Trek to Transformers, we're ready to soar. Superheroes clash as we spark up the flame. Altered Geek Podcast, remember the name.
Oh, and welcome to Altered Geek. I'm your host, Steve Megatron, and joining me on this adventure into geekdom is TFG1Mike.
Yes, I am here, and after 18 years, I ain't there anymore. Oh, poof, gone, done.
So what he was referring to, folks, is the fact that his X/Twitter account was hacked, stolen, and then the people are trying to get others to lose their account too. So if you see Mike's account interacting with you until you hear otherwise, block it.
Just block it. It ain't me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the purpose. So it's funny because I've jumped over to I've had Blue Sky since Matrix Prime, aka Jesse, over on another comic review. That's the other podcast. That's Jesse's podcast that I've been doing with him for almost 3 years. We cover the Energon Universe comics from Skybound under Image Comics. And he had sent me a Blue Sky invitation when you still needed an invitation to join Blue Sky. And I was like, okay, fine. I don't need another social media thing, but okay, fine. So I've been over there. I've been trying to be a little bit more proactive over there. I'm not as proactive on, like, I don't know. It's a whole thing. But anyway, yeah, just if you see at TFG1Mike on Twitter, X, whatever, just block my account, folks. It sucks. Like, and it's not even the fact that I go back and I look at my own account. It's not even about that. It's not about that I look at the fact that I've been on there for 18 years this coming July 27th or anything like that. It's more about the fact of that I have been on there for 18 years, that I have built up all these friendships, even though maybe half the time I don't talk to half the people that I might have talked to 18 years ago. But like I just get into a whole physical media discussion with like 4 or 5 new friends. Like, where in the hell am I making friends? I don't leave my apartment.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's not like I go on that. I used to go on that platform, I would say, in any given day. I'm not staying on there. I'm going on there to check if I get, like, I'll go on there, I'll post something, and I'll leave I'll close the app. And I'll, not check it for 8 hours or 5 hours or whatever it is, but I maybe check it, let's say, 3 or 4 times a day. I don't think that's an unhealthy thing when it comes to social media. Unhealthy would be as if I was on it 9 hours a day, constantly ignoring the rest of the world. Like, that's never how I've interacted with Twitter. Now, if TweetDeck was still around, which you and I know all about that, like if that was still in the background and that was still like a desktop app thing like it used to be, that might be a different story. I might need a little bit of help, but this is not what it is. Like, I don't know, man. It just sucks. And I asked a longtime friend, collaborator of ours, Lady Rack, because she's on Blue Sky now. We were going back and forth. She's like, so then what's the point if they're not like, because I keep not really, I haven't at all today, and I don't think I did yet. I've been said not because of this, but because of other factors. I've been physically sick the last 3 or 4 days. So in between those bouts of being sick, allergies and coughing and whatever, she asked me, so what's the point of this hack? I said, I have no idea other than to infect as many accounts as it possibly can. Because all they're doing is stealing the account and then going to steal as many as accounts as it can. Because I've looked at my account page. My account page hasn't changed. None of my information has changed. My profile picture hasn't changed. My banner hasn't changed. Nothing on the actual, it looks like it's still me. It ain't me. I ain't got access to it. And every time, whether it's on from your behalf or anyone else's behalf, people try to fill out the Twitter lost account thing for me, or whether I do it myself. When I try to do it myself again, this case is currently active. We're still trying to figure this out. And I keep trying to explain to them. I just explained to them in this long ass email about how the reason why you can't figure this out and why you can't, because they changed the email. And I've got an Android device. I've had an Android device since 2017. The person that hacked my account has a iOS device. And yeah, it's a whole. But yeah, no, folks. If you see at TFG1Mike on Twitter, sadly, unfortunately, it is no longer me. Block the account. Just go block it anyway before you even get hacked. If you get a DM from me, ignore it. Who the hell even uses direct messages anymore? The only time direct messages used to be interesting, fun, nice, whatever way to interact with people. The only time I've been using them in the past, I would say 5 years, is to interact with companies that I need actually, like Xfinity, or if I had an issue with DoorDash, or like customer service help kind of thing. I haven't had a direct message conversation with a real person since probably 2014. I haven't used it for that in a long ass time. And the only reason why this got me, because usually I am so careful about it, is they used a friend of mine's account. And I didn't double check it because I was in the middle of being sick. I had just gotten back to sleep. I woke up and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I literally just clicked immediately right out of it, but too late. They got I locked everything else down, locked Facebook down, locked Gmail, locked everything else down, double checked everything, initiated whatever, because I'm a big fan of biometrics on everything. If I can use biometrics, I will. Because can't nobody hack my fingerprint for the most part.
The other thing I've been telling people, because like my mom's like freaking out about some of this stuff too, is I've been telling people to also get an authenticator app.
Yep, I have the Google Authenticator app. I need to, and
making sure that everything is synced to that. You have the biometrics, like you have the text, like so you have multiple points of access. Just because like it's getting easier to. So unless they get your device, or like your physical device, like they won't be able to get the authenticator or your biometrics.
Yep, absolutely.
So, unless they hack it.
Unless they hack it. Let's hope not. But
yeah, so I've been having fun. Like my brother and I both had snarky comments.
Yeah,
I was like, give my friend back his account, you douchebag. It's like
he doesn't leave his house. It's kind of hard for him to go to a podcast of whatever it was, I don't know.
I was like, you don't leave the house. Like your joke's on you.
Yeah, the joke's on you. Yeah.
I'm like, you don't even go to the grocery store or the movie theater. So like you ain't going to a podcasting event.
Yeah, no.
The most you'd go to is like a Transformers event. And that's
even those I don't go to. Like you would have
unless somebody was like, hey, I'm going to drive your butt there.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, exactly. Like the funny thing is, I think BotCon was in Fort Wayne a couple of years ago, and again, Matrix Prime was like, "Oh, let's go to BotCon," and I'm like, "Are you really going to come down here? Because if you're really going to come down here, I'll see if I can get the money together and go. But if you're not going to come down here and go, I'm not going, because there's no way in hell you're getting me out of this apartment unless you come pick me up and then drop me back off."
Yeah, I mean, I rarely go to conventions anyway, so like, I
just can't. I just can't I can't to even though this isn't the other podcast, I can't deal with that now. Oh boy. But yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. But you, on the other hand, you've been in the middle of the great desk upgrade.
Yeah. So I have been more or less. I went to the doctor like a month ago, and they were like messing with my back, and the guy was like, "Hey, does this hurt?" And he presses, and I'm like, "Yep." And he's like, "What do you do for work?" And I says, "I sit in front of a computer." He's like, "What do you do for your leisure?" I says, "I sit in front of a computer." And he's like, "You need a standing desk." So I ordered one for home, redid my office somewhat. I still got to put some more sound panels back in my office because the way everything was set up before, I had things laid out differently. And so, for whatever reason, you can't get a left side L desk unless you like. I mean, I could have turned the desk that way, and this could have been, the left side.
Yeah,
but I was trying to keep my monitors in the same direction so that the backdrop would be the Earth with the moon.
Yeah.
Which I really like. And what's funny is now it's actually centered to the back of my head because of the placement of the desk. Because I had to slide it over so that I had clearance to get into the desk.
Nice.
And it's kind of butted right up against my 3D printer area now, so it's kind of nice. So it's in an effort to try and keep me healthy and allow me to have movement and be in front of the microphone and be able to breathe better and have my back straight, because I tend to hunch or slouch in my chair.
Yeah.
And I do that at work too, so I'm trying to get a accommodation at work to get a standing desk as well. Nothing as extravagant as what I have here, but
something. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, when I did it, not only was my old desk like a heavy monster, and I still am trying to get rid of it. And this one was in like a million pieces because it came in 2 boxes, and it's not the same thickness of wood. It's about my other desk was about 1 inch thick on all the boards. This is about, I would say, about 2/3 of an inch. So it's not quite as thick as I would prefer.
Yeah.
But it's doable. And so I was able to go through and I put everything into 2 giant totes to kind of filter everything out as I built this new desk. And then when I went to put it all back together, I was like, man, there's some crap in here I haven't seen in ages. And there's some crap in here that needs to go in the trash can. And so I went through it, and then I reorganized my entire desk so it's actually organized. Whereas before I had a drawer, actually 2 or 3 drawers, where it more or less like, I can't deal with this now. And then I would just dump it in the drawer. And so when I had to reorganize for my new desk, I actually had to go through everything. So it wasn't fun in that regard, but it's pretty clean. Now I have to do cable management for the computer itself. So I'm playing around with that, trying to figure out how to hide all the cords.
Oh boy.
So that's going to be a totally different chore, and I'll tackle that another day when I have more time to dedicate to redoing all of the wiring for my computer. And because there's a lot of cords. I got 3 monitors, I got, all the equipment, and then I got to plug everything in on the right side of the desk. And so I got to fish all the wiring accordingly. So yeah, it's fun. And then for those that don't know, I've also been fighting trademark law.
Oh, we're talking about that now?
I'm going to talk about it.
Okay.
I don't have to get specific. I'm not getting specific. I'm not name dropping anything.
No. Just want to make sure.
So as of yesterday, April 7th, Altered Geek is officially a registered trademark with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, which means I can put that magical little R next to the logo and the text.
Nice.
To say, don't touch.
Yep.
And I can go after people now for that.
Yep.
Now, mind you, I filed that and Geekcast Radio Network at the same time.
Yeah.
And this, Altered Geek blew right through because it's the combination of the two words, not each word. Each word individually is obviously not trademarkable.
Right. Yeah.
But it's the combination and the premise of what it's being used for. So it's a registered trademark, but it's also a they called it, I think, a secondary trademark, or like a. It basically is an umbrella under the umbrella of Geekcast Radio Network, and which is what registered it.
Right.
And I'm fighting the battle with Geekcast Radio Network that I can't claim radio network.
Right.
Like I can claim like the whole word, but I can't make any claim to radio network. So Geekcast is the only thing I can. And mind you, there's, you can have multiple of the same thing across the US. So like, as long as they're in a different category. So like one category is like media and podcasts and things like that. Another one could be in, computer repair or, things like that. So it's two totally different categories. So it's like Delta Airlines and Delta the Faucet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is legal. Like that's not brand confusion in that regard. However, if there's another podcast that shares even part of the Geekcast name, they can say that there's a similarity. Now, mind you, another network that shall not be named registered theirs in like 2017, 2018. But because they had registered before me, they get precedent. And now, mind you, I've also, because my brain works in weird ways, like I remembered, because we have such a long storied history at Geekcast Radio Network, multiple things that would be used as evidence. And so I submitted those. So we're going on 2 weeks, and they wanted to close up, like button it up 2 weeks ago, and it's still not buttoned up.
Still not buttoned up because all that evidence, baby.
Yeah. Well, and then I have a phase 2 that's hoping I don't have to pull the trick, like a nuclear option. I do have that in reserve, but because I got Altered Geek is published, and it was a different examiner that sent that one through, and Altered Geek is a junior mark of Geekcast Radio Network. It automatically creates the precedent that Geekcast Radio Network should be passed because of like association with that, and the fact that there's no confusion. So I'm still going back and forth with that. So I'm hoping to have that buttoned up too at some point in the near future. But it's learning trademark law is not fun, especially when you can't.
Yeah. All as I want to say is that there is one thing out of all of this that I am absolutely, I don't remember which episode it was that I said this. I don't remember which one it was, but I know which comic it appears on. But I remember when Joe and I did the episode for whichever comic of IDW Publishing's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles it was not the issue that it appeared, because IDW would have had to have grabbed this way before they went to publication for issue 55 of their TMNT ongoing. But there was something in, you know what? It was either the lead up to issue 50 or issue 50 broke us. Spoiler, even though it's been years and years since issue 50 and they're already way past that. They're actually on to their almost to their landmark 300th issue, even though they rebooted and whatever, but they're on their run up to their landmark 300th issue. issue 50 was where they were, I think, either killing off or bringing back Donatello. I forget what was going on there off the top of my head. It's been years.
Mm-hmm.
But I specifically remember saying, if you have ever been a TMNT fan, you need to check this out.
It was issue 55.
No, I know that's what it's on. I know that's...
I know, and it came out in 2016, I believe.
I know, yeah, I know that's what it's on. I'm just saying I don't remember which specific podcast we record, because again, like I said, IDW would have had to get that quote from us, would have had to have listened to that episode, whichever episode it was, before they could go to print with that, because we didn't know. That was a huge shock. None of us knew. Like, Joe and I didn't know it. Bobby Curnow, editor-in-chief, Turtle Chief and editor and all that stuff, he didn't tell us. Nobody at IDW emailed us to say, hey, you're going to be featured on the cover. None of us knew at all. But I mean, the fact that our name is on, God knows what the sales were for issue 55.
I just, out of curiosity,
I
just want to see.
Yes. He's going searching for something, folks.
I just want to see what the circulation, like how many issues went out.
Oh man, that was probably a lot.
It came out February 24th, 2016, and it says a second print.
Second and third, I think, maybe.
Came out.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah. So
there's a big circulation for that. Yeah.
Yeah, so every issue had it. So I'm like
every issue and every variant cover had it.
Oh, I know. Because I was just like, I was like, because I bought all the copies.
I know.
I literally went out and bought all of them.
Yep, absolutely.
And so it says, if you've ever been a TMNT fan, you need to check this out. And it was Geekcast Radio. And then the fact that it doesn't say network on there actually is beneficial for the trademark issue.
Yep.
Because it shows that it's well known enough that it can go without the network portion.
Yep.
And it stands on its own.
Yep.
So therefore.
And that was 2016, 1 year before they filed.
Mm-hmm. It was actually like 2 years before.
Okay, 2 years before. Yeah. Whatever. Fine. Whatever. Point is,
regardless.
And then you add on
a happy camper because of that.
Exactly. Add on top of all of that, the entire interviews catalog and every single station ID we have, and I hopefully, fingers everything crossed, I think we're hopefully going to be okay. Hopefully.
But yeah, I was I was ecstatic that it was literally on every cover.
Yes, every cover.
Yeah. And it was on, it was even on the black and white variation.
Oh yeah.
Issue. Yeah.
Which
was the second printing too. And then they had like another one that said like Team Eastman or something on it. And it was a different black and white one too. So it literally was on all 6 covers.
Yep. All 6.
I think I only have like 3 out of those because that's I was just like, okay,
some of those are
$12.
Yeah,
like,
well,
I was like,
not even the fact that you spent the $12, but some of those rare variant numbers were hard to get. Some of them are fairly expensive now, and even probably back then they were.
Yeah. Well, and I went to my local
comic
shop in Michigan and bought them. Like, so
I will buy every issue you have available.
They're on eBay. They're on Barnes and Noble. I'm just like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, okay, it's like we never mind. it's entertaining anyway.
Absolutely, it is. Oh yeah. First up in the news, as of today, hopefully, hopefully they sell out, but you can go pretty much to any toy shop online for the most part. I got my pre-orders on over at Amazon, but you can now pre-order the next wave of Batman Beyond Funko Pops. They are doing Batman Beyond Return of the Joker Funko Pops for the 25th anniversary. They don't actually say 25th anniversary on the boxes, but would have been nice if they did. But this time around, we get Batman with Ace. So we get a second Ace buddy. This is the second Ace buddy we got. The first Ace buddy we got came with Old Man Bruce. Old Man Bruce was a part of the previous wave. The previous wave included Blight, Old Man Bruce with Ace, Terry. It was Batman with Batarang, and then Batman with Batarang came with a chase, which was Batman Unmasked, which is basically just a Terry head swap. So yeah, there's that. So we got Batman with Ace. We got the DD twins as a 2-pack. And then we got who is that guy down there? He's got his gun in the wrong hand, but I'll talk about that in a minute. It can't be. It can't be him. No, he's dead. I'm teeing you up here.
He's the Joker.
Oh my God. How do you not know who you are? Wow.
Because
yes,
I did an interview recently where I did the voice.
Well, this ain't that. Like I said, this is the 25th anniversary, but yes, it's good old Mr. J. He's got his gun this is 25th anniversary, and this is like, I wish the Funko designer that designed his figure would have put his bang gun in his right hand and had it like holding it up in the air where he's like twirling it around. Whereas this one, it's in his left hand and he's holding it out to the side where the bang is just, like, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm perfectly fine with it, I guess, for the most part, but I think there would have been a better reference for the 25th anniversary. The DD twins look cool. One of them has the stun gun in her hand. The other one just has her hands at her hips. I need to watch the movie again because I swear I know their mouths did move, but I wish they would have done a little bit something more. At least have one of them have their, like, since the one has the stun gun, have the other one's mouth like smirking or something, since they are supposed to be, I don't know. It is what it is. They still all look really great. I think I've liked all of the Batman molds, but I look at this Batman and all I hear in my head is, "Oh, great, kid. What are you going to do? Run away?" Terry
That's
runs.
right. Run away and save yourself if you know what's good for you.
Runs to the thing, closes the thing. I don't need it. What's the line? Oh God, I can't even remember my damn line. Runs away, closes the thing, breaks off the thing. So you got your skin bleached and got your bozo. What do you think you're doing, impudent little brat? Oh boy, yeah, I see. Like, I love this mold. I can't wait. These are, so according to the Amazon pre-order that I made for these, they will be released July 1st. I will have them in hand July 2nd, according to the pre-order. So that's very cool. So right in time for summer for these. these images that I'm looking at are coming from diss trackers on pretty much all social medias. I think some of the social medias, the person goes by @disc collectibles or @disc collectors, but it's @disc trackers is what the person is mainly known by. The person usually goes goes by @disc trackers, and he's pretty much the person that we in the Funko community usually get the first news from, and then everybody else picks it up. What do you think of these? I know you're not usually the Funko Pop person, but as the Joker person,
I mean, if it weren't for the fact that I want a McFarlane figure of Joker,
yeah,
like I would be all for it. Like it's the same thing with the Batman Beyond. Like
yeah,
if I could get my hands on like a McFarlane version of these guys, like I know the old man Bruce is like stupid expensive. He's like $200 or something.
For McFarlane?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I looked a while back because like I used to have the DCU, the old Mattel figures, and they were great. Like I mean, I got rid of them all. Like, which in hindsight, I was broke.
Well, yeah.
But I was kind of like, some of those I should have held on to. But I mean, I've got some better versions of some of the figures I used to have anyway. So, but no, I mean that Batman Beyond like set of figures, like even for the come on brain, for the old man Bruce, like I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like $200 on eBay, like 250. Like it's stupid expensive. And Batman Beyond's like 80 to 100. It's because Bruce comes with like Ace the Bad Hound.
Right.
They're all stupid expensive unless you can get them brand new when they come out at like Target. But but yeah, the Funko ones don't look that bad. Like to be honest, like the especially the Joker.
Yeah.
Considering this is the first time we've ever gotten Joker in this look.
Yeah, in this
like
look.
Officially in this look.
Yep.
Which is the fact that it's finally hitting.
Yeah.
Means we have some hope. Although I hope it's before McFarlane's contract runs out.
Yeah. When
Because
does
Mattel's taking
McFarlane's
back over, I think.
Oh, Nikes.
Yeah, and they're making more simpler and kid-friendly figures, so it's like I don't think we're gonna get anything that's like tailored towards like the nostalgia.
Come on, McFarlane. This is the 25th anniversary. Get your together.
If they come out with it, it'll probably be a Comic-Con.
Yeah, probably.
Because that's what happened with Bruce, and that's why you can't find him.
Yeah. I knew that these were. So I've been chomping at the bit for these because disc trackers had been saying that these were supposed to be announced the week of April 5th. And I'm like, okay, what do you because when they do the announcements, they're like, oh, the week of April 5th. Okay, well, when are we really going to get them? Because sometimes what they'll do is they'll be like, oh, it's going to hit April 7th. And technically it did actually hit yesterday or whatever. But it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay. But when is it actually? Because it used to be where they would say, these are going to be hitting stores tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. So that means I'll have to wait until I can actually get blah, blah, blah. I didn't realize they were hitting for pre-order. My thought was, oh crap, they're going to hit all the stores yesterday, today, whenever. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll have to wait until the year 2039 to get those. I swear. No Batman Beyond fan has gotten that joke yet. 2039 was the year the show is supposed to take place. Yeah. No, it so in the show, it's the year that the continuity is supposed to start for the series, even though Bruce Timm always says, "Oh, it's 50 years from whenever now is," but they went back on that and finally said, because they would have had to, because it's nice in 1999 to say, oh, it's 50 years from whenever now is. Well, 1999 plus 50 is 2049, so they got it 10 years too far, but it is what it is. But anyway, I'm happy that these are coming out in the 25th anniversary of Return of the Joker, since they are technically Return of the Joker Pops. I'm wondering if they're going to do anything else this year for the movie. And seeing that Ace, my first thought was, oh, if they don't do a moment with Terry in his actual civil, because Terry as a chase figure with just the cowl off, like, we need an actual Terry in civilian clothing, because you could then take that Terry and this little pop buddy Ace the Bat Hound, you could put him on a miniature couch that you 3D printed and 3D print a TV and have it have a fake Looney Tunes thing on the TV, and you could recreate that scene from the movie where Ace is watching the Looney Tunes cartoons because he yeah. Anyway, but no, the Batman Beyond Funko Pops are amazing. Moving on. Now we get into the good stuff, folks. Oh boy, we got TV, movies, and more. Starting off with the movies. So yeah, J.J. Abrams is downsizing Bad Robot to move from L.A. to New York. Now this was posted. When was this posted? Why can't they? Well, this is posted April 2nd. Posted a week ago. Sources were not clear on the exact number of cuts to come as a result of the downsizing, but it was characterized as being an across-the-board change rather than being specific to one division of the company versus another. Furthermore, Bad Robot will shutter its LA office and move operations to New York. With this smaller footprint, Abrams will continue to work with outside producers to develop feature and TV projects. The move comes amid serious belt tightening across all Hollywood. In December 2024, Bad Robot extended its long-term deal with Warner Brothers, the company's home studio since 2006. But instead of the 5-year overall deal, the company inked in 2019, estimated at 9 figures, with a structure that allowed Abrams to sign other writers to overall deals. Bad Robot signed a more modest first look pact that covered film and TV productions. For nearly 30 years, Abrams and Bad Robot have been the force behind massive film and TV, particularly in the sci-fi genre, including Alias, Lost, Fringe, Westworld, Super 8, Cloverfield, the Mission Impossible sequels, and the latest Star Trek and Star Wars big screen reboots. Okay, so we'll see what happens to them when they move to New York. That's going to be interesting to see. And the funny thing is, I think the last thing outside of the Mission movies that I saw from Bad Robot was probably an episode of Batman Caped Crusader, but that was like 2 years ago. When it comes to the films, like I said, outside of the Mission Impossible stuff, I don't remember the last Bad Robot movie. Well, technically I do, unfortunately, sadly. Was the Star Wars stuff. Rise of Skywalker was the last one I saw. So, thoughts, sir?
I think it's kind of funny that they're shuttering everything.
Yeah.
Just because, like, one, Hollywood is kind of floundering, but two, I've never been a huge fan of Abrams and his production company because it spat out Kurtzman from it, and practically everything they've touched has poisoned whatever franchise they've been in, because they honestly aren't like Kurtzman and Abrams, and like, yeah, they're decent at making this stuff, but like their storytelling is kind of crap. And then
when it comes to franchise stuff, I might agree with you, but their original stuff that they've done is pretty good. I'll fight anyone that says an overall bad thing about Alias. Now, if you want to,
I'm not talking about that one. I'm saying, like, anytime they've touched a franchise, because they don't actually love the franchise. Like, I watched the Star Trek movies, and those were like, they were decent for what they were, but like, honestly, they were never Star Trek.
Yeah.
And then even the Star Wars films were crap.
Yeah.
And then Kurtzman got the keys to the kingdom for Star Trek and just crapped all over it.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is why I say there's a 50-50 shot. Like, 50% of it's good, 50% of it's crap. And honestly, the animated stuff has been the good stuff. Strange New Worlds has been decent, give or take a couple episodes. And then Picard season 3, although some stuff was kind of crap, but season 3, even if you ignored the rest of it, kind of stands on its own and it's good. But then, like, everything else that they've put out has been garbage. I even watched the first 5 Mission Impossible movies.
The
one that Abrams and his
Mission
crew
3. Yeah, Mission 3
ran was the one that I was bored. It was literally the one I was like, okay, is this one over? Like, I literally fast forwarded through it on Netflix, and I was engaged with the first 2.
Yeah.
The third one, I was like, eh. And then the 4th and 5th, I was like, okay, I'm re-engaged. Like, it was like, not only in story, but in just pacing and everything else. Like, they were just better movies. And so
there's 2 things I remember about Mission 3. The explosive chips in their heads, and Owen Davian, the lead bad guy, played by the late great Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
So that's what I remember about Mission 3. And the only reason why I remember Owen Davian is because our good buddy, you're going to love this. It's the only reason why we're going, one of the only reasons why we're going mission mode, besides the fact that it's the first film's 30th anniversary this year. DJ does his voice. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, Mission 3, and people will say that Mission 2 is the one that's bad. A lot of people say, I didn't see it either. I never have. Mission 2 has always been one of my favorites.
Yeah, 3 legitimately, I was bored. Like, I was waiting for that one to be over, and then it got better after that film. Yep. And the funny thing was, when I started watching it, I did not look up who was in it. I didn't look up who directed, who wrote, who produced, nothing. I think I even missed, like, the fact that Bad Robot was tied to it at the beginning. Because it did not compute, like, none of it was in my head. And then
didn't even register, huh?
Well, no, and I was like halfway through, and then I was like, is this over yet? Like, I was I was ready for the next one. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to keep going. And then I made it past it, and I was like, okay, this one is actually like, I figured out why I didn't like it. So I gave the next one a shot, and I was, and better spirits after that.
Yeah.
So had I not looked afterward, I would not have given the next film a shot.
Yeah, Mission 3 is JJ, Alex, and Roberto.
And I don't think Roberto is that bad. It's just guilt by association. And sadly, the man's not with us anymore. But like Kurtzman, like
he died last year. Where was I?
I don't know.
Wow, he died February 20. I didn't know Roberto, or I did not remember that Orsi passed away last year in February. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He was young too, 51. Like,
yeah.
And I mean, he wrote some good stuff like Fringe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got some great work.
The Island.
Yep.
And I know The Island was
Island
Kurtzman, Orsi, and
yep.
Michael Bay, and
yep. He's got co-wrote with Kurtzman on first Transformers.
And with Michael Bay. Yeah. So I mean, I didn't have a problem when they did like some original stuff. I get the vibe that a lot of the excess like vulgarity and lazy writing comes from Kurtzman.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed, like, I'm wondering if those are the terrible parts of the Transformers movies that were written between those two. And because if you look at the Star Trek films and the Star Trek television series, since Kurtzman has been showrunner and executive producer, it's tailoring to the last common denominator of like lazy, non-scientific, non-civilized, they're using like today isms in it, and it doesn't fit with Star Trek. Like, it's like they evolved, and as far as they evolved was like Star Trek, the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, and then after that they like devolved to being vulgar punks that swear every other word, and just I don't know, it doesn't fit.
No, it doesn't fit at all.
The behavior is different. Like, it's just not the same thing. So yeah, I say what you will. Like, I don't. I'm glad that that they're giving Trek a timeout.
Yeah,
it needs it.
I was gonna say everything needs a timeout every once in a while.
It's tired. The only thing I'm happy about is Nacelle Toys. Like, their owner is he's doing more of the toys that made us and things like that. Brian Volk-Weiss. And he's very attentive to geek culture and very open with the fans, and which I used to have like this thing against Nacelle initially, and I don't even know if it was this Nacelle, maybe it was Super 7, and I was like guilt by association or something, or assuming they were the same. And then the toys that made us, like, I've actually watched them all, and I think they're coming out with another season.
Could be.
I don't know, but
might be.
Anyways,
probably.
I'm excited for their Star Trek lineup. Like, they actually look good. They look better than the Playmates toys. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how, like, because they've revealed a lot of different Star Trek stuff. They've got some obscure ones in the first line, and some not so obscure. And then Wave 2 is, of course, got the Kirk figure, which is my like holy grail of Trek figures.
Yep. Very cool. One last thing on Bad Robot. I did not know they were a secondary production company on Jonathan Nolan's series Person of Interest from 2011 and 2016. The main production company is Killer Films. But when I saw Person of Interest listed under their TV credits, I'm like, wait, what? And then I looked at I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it kind of makes sense now. Okay. All right. Love Person of Interest. That's a good show.
Well, and I think it also has to do with the fact that Michael Emerson was on Lost.
Mm-hmm. That's probably true. Yeah.
I think there's some like connection with the cast and crew, and they were kind of brought on board because a lot of these guys that are in Person of Interest, I think, had some ties to Lost, and that was kind of Abrams' claim to fame.
Yep. Absolutely.
That and Alias, like you mentioned, but
absolutely.
I felt like Lost was lost. Like, especially how I heard how they ended it, and I was like, okay, I was kind of glad I never watched.
I think I'm not. Listen to what I'm saying, folks. I am not judging the show Lost. All as I'm saying is my history with the show. I think I watched the first episode because I wanted to see Matthew Fox in something other than Party of Five at the time, because Party of Five had already been over by then, but that's all I knew him as was Charlie, what's his nuts on Party of Five. And I think after the first one or two episodes, I was like, oh, okay, this is not for me. This is like Survivor, but fiction. I'm like, I'm good. I barely watch Survivor at all anyways. I don't need this. It wasn't for me. But yeah, no. So yeah, bad robot. Let's see. JJ. Okay. So the new Vizio TVs at Walmart. I originally saw an Instagram reel about this, but I wanted to find an actual news story about this. But the new Vizio consumers who buy a new Vizio TV may need to sign in with a Walmart account to use streaming features. A Walmart representative confirmed to Ars Technica that its online logins will be mandatory in select new Vizio OS TVs for users who set up and install streaming apps. It is unclear which new models and versions of its OS are affected, and whether this requirement could also apply to existing TVs. A Vizio representative did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Vizio released its latest Quantum 4K TV in January. One of the company's first new models since Walmart acquired the manufacturer in December of 2024. Some industry insiders saw the deal as a way for Walmart to push advertising to Vizio's large install base. PC Mag TV expert Will Greenwald confirmed to CNET that he needed to enable sharing viewing information to turn on the streaming features on the Quantum 4K TV, but wasn't asked for a Walmart login. Greenwald said he was still able to stream after turning the setting off. PC Mag is owned by the same company as CNET, Ziff Davis, etc., etc., etc. Most new TVs require a login to set them up. Samsung TVs use Samsung accounts, etc., etc., etc. I've had my Sharp 55-inch TV since 2018. I don't remember ever needing a login to the TV OS that it has because I don't use the TV OS. I immediately throw on an Xfinity box and I use all my login and my streaming apps through the Xfinity box. So the only thing that I use my TV OS for is my Blu-ray player, which if I have to need a login for that, then there's something wrong with televisions. Thoughts?
Yeah. So I don't love this new have to be logged into everything. it's definitely a way of like, it's not only trying to remarket to people, but it's also to track them. And I don't love any of this. Like, I don't love the fact that every piece of software or hardware we have needs us to log into it. I miss the days where you could just turn the stupid thing on and it worked.
Yeah.
Not to mention, because everything has some smart thing active with it, it's got to have extra memory. And now that everything has AI built into it, it's caused a severe like storage, memory, and graphics issue across the board. And they're talking about integrating more crap with our cars too. So that means that those 3 items are going to stay expensive for those of us that need to upgrade, parts or, buy new parts for computers. They're like skyrocketing because there's no, like, they're not producing for consumer electronics. They're producing for corporate and enterprise level electronics. And so I do not like this. I don't like the having to be forced to log in or to, like, that's why I don't buy like a Samsung TV, is because I don't want to have an account. I also don't have a Samsung phone because they bundle it with a bunch of crap. Amazon Fire, like, I won't do that because you have to use Amazon accounts. Like, I have a Google TV, or it's not Google, but it's a Sony, but it's got Android, obviously. I don't have it logged in. It works.
Like I said, I use the Xfinity box since I pay for the streaming box, and then I just log into my individual apps with my individual app logins.
Well, I have like my Netflix and Peacock and all those different platforms logged in on my smart TV, but because I don't have cable, but
same.
Because I pay for Xfinity internet, I get Peacock for free.
Same.
So like, I use the apps, but as far as like everything else, I don't.
So what bugs me about, and this is more of an Xfinity thing than anything else, and I've tried to change it to a weekly basis or a monthly basis, but I need to upgrade my box anyway. My Xfinity stream box that they give you with the Xfinity internet thing. I have the old stream box. I haven't upgraded in a couple of years for that thing. But it won't let me. It wants me to let it update itself on a daily basis. I can pick whatever time of day, but it does it every day. And apparently it does it every day at whatever time I choose, at apparently the time that I choose to take a nap. It doesn't matter if it's 4 a.m., 7 a.m., 1 p.m. And I have a really weird sleep schedule. I've always had a really weird sleep schedule. Sometimes I'm up all night. Sometimes I'm up all day. Sometimes I'm taking a nap at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes I'm sleeping through the night, but I'm one of those types of people. If the fan goes off, I immediately wake up. If the TV, like I've mentioned this on the show before, I'm one of those, I'm a weird person, very, very weird person. I need certain voices in order for me to fall asleep. It's not about what the voice is saying, it's about how the voice sounds. And I fall asleep to Forensic Files. Peter Thomas, the man is resting in peace. He's been gone a number of years now. Peter Thomas is the narrator on Forensic Files. He could be talking about whatever kind of murders he wants to talk about on that true crime show. But his voice just works for me to be able to go to sleep. However, when my Xfinity box decides to go into, we'll be right back, we have to restart the box so we can update daily on a daily. And I'm like, can we do this once a month? Can we do this once a week or so? At least once a week would be fine. Once a week on Friday at 2 p.m., I can make sure I'm sitting out here at my desk working on podcasts or working on whatever I have to be working on for those 5 little minutes that it does its update. Once a week. That's all I ask, instead of every flipping day. And I've tried to find it in the settings, and it lets me change the time, but it won't let me change the frequency of whatever. Anyway, TVs, man, they be crazy and all the stuff. Oh, that's the other thing. Just like, everybody for years with the Netflix stuff, Netflix be like, are you still there? And it's not just Netflix, but it's all the apps. Are you still there? Are you still watching? Xfinity does it too, and I'm like, yes. I could have just hit the button to pause it and unpause it 2 seconds later. Should we still be playing? I just hit the button. How dumb is this smart TV? How dumb is this smart box? And one of the points of the reel that I had sent you that started this whole CNET article about the Vizio TVs was, well, can't you just get up and hit the switch on the TV no, because there's no switches on TVs. There's no power buttons. I mean, I'm sure there is.
There's literally barely a button there. If
yeah, there's barely a button there. Yeah, exactly. But this isn't like 40 years ago in the 80s. In 1986, when you had to go over and turn a knob, unfortunately, But yeah, so there's that, and that is going to lead us into the discussion topic of more TV talk. Now, I think you found this from actor Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how I knew him, which is funny because I'm glad I mentioned Person of Interest. How I originally found him was he played Detective Cal Beecher in 6 episodes of Person of Interest back in the day. Most people will know him as Randall Pearson on This Is Us, in the main role on that series. But you want to take it away with his thoughts on streaming, cable, and all that?
So there was a discussion about it, and I forget which platform I found it on, but I shared it, and he was more or less saying, cable and streamers don't make money on more episodes, because people were complaining that, why don't streamers have longer seasons like television did? He said, well, the reason is streamers don't make money on more episodes, but the network does. Network is all about advertisers, and the more shows you have, the more ads you can run, the more money you make. Premium cable and streamers make their money off subscribers. So it's not about how many shows you have, it's about how many new shows do you have that make people want to subscribe to your platform. So if they did more episodes, they wouldn't necessarily get new subscribers. But if they come with something that's new and shiny that makes people say, ooh, want to see that, then they're building their subscriber base. So the only thing that could change it is if fans actually stop subscribing and mandate that these platforms make longer seasons. But he doesn't think that's going to happen. And I concur. And the logic is sound here.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree. I don't need a new shiny brand new show every 5 seconds. It would be nice to just have continuations of the ones I enjoy.
So yeah, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. Here's the thing. It's not just about shows either. It's about movies. So the other day, Chaos and I were going to jump on and record a future episode of Studio 2009 that is yet to be released because we haven't recorded it yet. Because last month we were going to record this, and last month it was still on streaming. Now it ain't on streaming anymore. We were going to do technically last year was the 30th anniversary. But she had just watched the 27, the newer versions of, what is it, Next Level and Up Your Butt, Jumanji, whatever it is, the newer versions of Jumanji. And she told me, oh, if it's got Robin Williams in it, I'll watch it. I'm like, okay, fine. Have you seen this? And whatever. She's like, oh. So we were going to watch Robin Williams' Jumanji. I swear last month it was on Netflix or it was on Disney Plus or it was on Hulu with Disney Plus. It was somewhere in March. I looked everywhere on every streaming platform that I have access to that doesn't cost anything extra to watch it. Damn thing isn't anywhere. It's nowhere where I didn't, like I said, I don't currently have an extra $4 to rent it on Fandango or an extra $15 to purchase it right now. And we're like, oh, well, damn, I guess we'll have to do that in the future. But it just sucks. Like, I don't want, like, I'm perfectly fine staying subscribed to the streamers that I'm subscribed to, as long as they don't and we've you and I have known this for years now, at least since 2008, 2009. Stuff jumps, rights jump, whatever jumps from streamer to streamer to streamer. If it ain't on Hulu, it's on Netflix. If it ain't on Netflix, it's on blah 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 blah. I don't want shows to jump. I want whoever owns the rights, especially now where everything, like, everybody has, like, if Disney now owns all of this stuff, if Disney now owns all of their stuff that they own, and they own all the stuff because they own ABC, well, then why isn't all of that available on all of their platforms that's under them? Like, literally everything that just whatever. As far as the bright, shiny, and new, I'm not looking for bright, shiny, and new. I'm looking for Disney owns Fox, right? And I know you don't care about this, but I care about this. Why isn't the Fox TV show Boston Public that was on back in the early 2000s? Why isn't that on Hulu? That has never been on streaming services. Never. I don't even think it's on DVD currently. It's never been on DVD to my knowledge. If it has, it's been a long time. But, like, yeah, I don't want, as a currently subscribed person who isn't going to unsubscribe, who is a loyal subscriber who pays you money either every month or on an annual basis. If I'm paying, what was the Disney price that I just paid for an annual subscription? Something like $160 a year. If I'm paying Disney $160 a year, I want more stuff that I used to watch. I don't want your bright, shiny new thing that's supposed to get the next person in. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like these subscriptions, like they don't. Part of my problem with them, I rarely find anything to watch.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally, I'm cycling through trying to find something to watch. Like, they have all these brand new programs and none of them appeal to me. Like, I'm literally looking for the nostalgia. Like, I'm looking for the old stuff, or I'm looking for shows and movies that came out decades ago that I've never seen. Like, that's literally what I'm doing with it. Like, it's not even like, yeah, there's an occasional new movie that I'm interested in watching, but like, otherwise, I don't really find most of the original series that come to these streaming platforms. I am not interested whatsoever. Yeah. So that's not a draw for me.
No.
Plus, the fact that we have so many, like, you have you have Apple TV, you have Netflix, you have Disney, you have Amazon, you have Peacock, you have HBO, you have
everything.
There's just, yeah, I mean, there's just so many different ones at this point. It's like, okay, and then Paramount Plus, and it's like, which ones do you subscribe to?
Yeah.
It's like, which one's going to have the majority? Like, because I don't have that kind of money to sit there and just be subscribing to multiple platforms. And then, so it's like, which one is the one that you're putting all your eggs in one basket?
Yep.
And then sticking with. And then at that point, it's like, okay, until when do you exhaust the entire, archive of what you care about that's on there? Or do you just like it for the fact you can keep rewatching the same shows
thing.
over and over.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm all for some of it, but I distinctly remember in like 2012 or 2011, we had this whole discussion about, I want a la carte. I want to be able to blah, blah, blah. And now we have it,
and
but it's turned into cable.
It's pretty much it's cable. It pretty much is. It's pretty much pick and choose what you want.
And I don't know about you, but I'm kind of tired of the serialized shows. Like, I'm tired of
having so that's
6 to 10 episodes of a serialized show. And it's like, okay, so you've basically neutered what made the old shows with the 18 to 26 episode seasons good. Is the fact that I didn't have to watch the rest of the season if I didn't want to, and I could tune into just that one episode, and it was a message in a bottle.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is a huge detractor for modern television streamer content, because I have not gone back to any of the new Trek because it's all episodic, or it's not episodic, it's all serialized. And it's like, I can't go back and just enjoy one episode that I enjoyed because it's in the middle of some arc. And it's no different than, like, for instance, DC Comics, where like it's like I want to subscribe only to this one Batman title, but they make me get 2 other Batman titles, and then a Batman and Robin, and then a Justice League, and then this other one, and then it's like, okay, you've forced me to be embedded into 8 different comic series just so I can understand this one comic plot line. And at that point, I'm like, I'm done. I'm tuned out, like, because you've essentially like lost me, because it's like, just put all your eggs in the same basket. Like, I go back and watch old Star Trek episodes or MASH or any old 70s, 80s, 90s television show, because I can pick it up anywhere and just either background noise or just watch it and enjoy it. And I don't have to worry about like where I'm at in the storyline, because it's literally a message in a bottle.
Yeah, no, I agree for the most part. I am one of those serial people, though. Sometimes I like the continuity of certain things. It just depends on what show it is and it just depends on what show it is. Most of the time, I don't need it, but there are certain shows where I feel like I do need it. But most of like Knight Rider, don't even get me started. Like, there are, I think, out of the, I wasn't sitting here in the dark, I could reach over and pull my complete series DVD set out and tell you exactly how many episodes out of however many there are, how many episodes of Knight Rider you actually need to watch out of the 4 seasons to get the continuity of the show. And that would then tell you how many episodes are left that are just one-offs kind of thing. But I don't know, dude. It's just it's all crazy, and it's all weird, and I think that's the thing. It's like, again, it goes back to the a la carte thing. It's like, you got to pick and choose and figure out what you want to do. And TV, to me, again, I repeat myself like a broken record. Unless I'm doing something for Studio 2009, unless I'm doing something for podcast research, most of TV is background noise. There is exactly one television show for the last 2 years that I've actively watched that I'm not actively currently yet doing podcast episode reviews of, or I'm not actively currently yet doing a season 1 and or season 2 write-up of, and that is ABC's High Potential. I know I've mentioned that show to you before, and I don't know if that would be it's not sci-fi, it's it's not true crime, it's a crime drama, it's a police procedural. I know technically those aren't your cups of teas, but maybe that would be something that it's out of your wheelhouse, it's out of your box, so maybe it would be something interesting to you that is not your normal thing. I know, again, I mentioned it before. It's about this woman who is a high potential intellectual person.
Mm-hmm.
Her brain runs all the time, constantly runs all the time. She is a cleaning woman in a police station. She is running around dusting the boards and dusting this, that, and that, and whatever else. And in the first episode, in the pilot episode of the first season, she accidentally knocks something off, knocks a bunch of, like, I think it's the crime scene photos or something, knocks it off the desk, and it spills everywhere all over the floor. This sends her brain into high potential overdrive, and she basically ends up becoming their consultant. She helps them solve crime. It's a good show, and it's on Hulu. The second season just wrapped. I haven't even watched the second season finale yet. The second season finale just hit this week. So it's only got 2 seasons so far. Like we always say, give it at least 5 episodes, and if after 5 episodes you're not interested, you can drop it. But obviously start with the first season. It's a lot of fun.
And I've watched Blacklist, and I've watched
Yeah.
and I've watched multiple other procedural shows, and it's not that it doesn't interest me. I just don't have the time, more so.
Okay, well,
because I've looked at like Scorpion. I was also interested in too.
Scorpion's cool. Yeah,
and I've only seen a couple episodes, but what I've seen have been good.
Yeah, Scorpion was awesome. For time constraints, watch the pilot to High Potential, and then let me know afterwards what you think. If it's something that since Trek is kind of in a stalemate for you for the most part, let me know if it's something you would want to keep up with.
Sounds good.
Yep. But yeah, TV is media, movies. It's all crazy.
But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how the landscape changes over the next year, just with all the innovation and lack of interest on certain fronts, like that Project Hail Mary and the new Super Mario Galaxy, which is oddly enough, the critics are panning it.
Super Mario Galaxy or Hail Mary? Because I know they're really.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff on it.
I don't. We don't care what critics think.
Oh, I don't either.
And honestly, since isn't Ebert no longer with us?
No, he's been gone a while. Like he had cancer. So just for sake of it, Super Mario Galaxy has a 42% rotten by the critics and 89% popcorn from fans.
Fresh from fans. Okay, yeah. So what does the first movie currently have then to compare?
So, give me 2 seconds on that front.
Yep. Yeah, Project Hail Mary looks really fun. And might be one of, if not the only first Ryan Gosling movie I actually care about because of him. Like, I've looked over his filmography. I've looked at several of his other films. I just don't care about him. I don't know what it is.
So Project Hail Mary, everybody's in resounding, 94% and 96%.
Okay, that's what I figured.
I was seeing people complain on X, so I was wondering. So the Super Mario Brothers movie has 59% rotten, and for the critics, and on the popcorn meter, it has 95%.
Oh, okay, well, but
that goes to show you, like, I don't care what the critics say. So, like, if the critics pretty much pan it, I know I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
I'm just curious about Project Hail Mary. I've seen the trailers, I've seen the advertisements, and I've read part of the plot synopsis of it. I think it's going to be really cool and really fun. So I'm just curious about that because it's one of those things that looks really fun, really cool. The Super Mario Galaxy movie, it's the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and it looks really fun. So,
it looks fun from what I've seen. So I'm interested to see how this goes down.
I don't have the article in front of me. Maybe we can talk about this next time. But I heard, like I said, I have the article. I shared it on my Facebook somewhere. I think it's just on my personal Facebook. I don't think it's on my TFG1Mike Facebook page. Brian Tyler scored part of the score for Super Mario Galaxy while he was in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's dedication to your work.
No kidding.
Yeah. It's a lot of dedication. But yeah, it's one of those things where sometimes on my Facebook I'll share posts to remember to go back to them, and then I never remember to go back to them.
Yeah, I do the same thing. So that's why I usually tag you in it, and I'm like, hey, look at
hey, look at
yeah. Which you do the same thing, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah. So. Yeah, here it is. From News Journal. Brian Tyler secretly composed the Super Mario Galaxy movie score from a hospital bed. Exclusive. This is from 3 days ago, and this is from his Facebook page. This is just what he says. This is not the Men's Journal article, because I would much rather read Brian Tyler's Facebook post than... He says, I spoke with Men's Journal about my score for the Super Mario Galaxy, everything from the joy in the creative process to the unexpected curveball that life had in store along the way, and how that brought new inspiration and emotion to the music. Soundtrack is available now on all platforms. Okay, now he's just making me click on the thing. That's just wrong. Writing keys resting. Secretly continued writing the key themes and layering and more than 300 references to classic Mario games because he refused to let fans for the production down. The details exclusive interview. God, why can't you just give us the thing? It's fun. Where's the question about him being in the hospital? Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the headline basically says it all. I will send you this this link. You can throw it in the show notes if anyone cares to find out about this. Maybe we'll talk about this next time, or maybe y'all can just head on over to geekcastradio.com and check out the show notes.
Yep. So I think that about rounds this episode out of Altered Geek. So until next time, thank you for listening to the episode, and you can comment on the website geekcastradio.com. And until next time, get altered, get geeky with the Altered Geeks.
Remember, folks, block me on X.
From classic icons to new sci-fi dreams, with every episode we'll unravel the themes. Let's geek out and laugh, keep the spirits high. Together we'll journey, reaching for the sky. Join the discussion, let's dive into lore. From Star Trek to Transformers, we're ready to soar. Superheroes clash as we spark up the flame. Altered Geek Podcast, remember the name.